bookworms, I'm Becca and welcome to day 3 of Bookmas. I am so excited for today's video because I'm going to be talking about all of the books that I read in 2020. The first part of the year started off great, but once we hit August, it all went downhill and I have not read a book after August. I have not read a book in months. So I'm going to be talking about all 27-ish books that I read this year. I'm not going to be going in depth on any of my thoughts and feelings because I have some other videos planned during Bookmas that will be doing just that. So stay tuned, but I will be giving the title and my star rating. If I don't own that book anymore, there will be a picture in place of me holding the book. So let's get started. The first book of 2020 was I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kuhn. I finished this in March and I gave it 3 stars. Also in March, I read Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Also in March, I read a cute little middle grade arc called What Stars Are Made Of by Sarah Allen and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. Also in March, I read and finished The Girl in 6E by A.R. Tor and I gave it surprisingly 3 out of 5 stars. I also read Stargazing by Jen Wang in March. This is a cute little middle grade graphic novel that I gave 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Rick by Alex Gino, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars, and I have a full review of this book. One of my best reviews I've ever done, in my opinion. Then I read Let's Talk About Love by Claire Can, and I gave that one 3 out of 5 stars. Next, I read a cute little middle grade with a deaf main character, Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read and sobbed to Check Please Volume 2 Sticks and Scones by Ngozi Ukazu, and I gave this one, of course, 5 stars. No surprise there. Next, I read a cute little YA called Small Town Hearts by Lily Vale, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. In May, I read a very timely book called All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. In June, I picked up Going Off Script by Jen Wild, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. Kicking off July, I read Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars too. Then I read No Place Like Here by Christina June, and I gave that one 3 out of 5 stars. After that, I picked up Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I have a full review on this one as well, which I will leave linked for your viewing pleasure. Viewing pleasure? Sure, let's go with it. After that, I read the sequel to The Haunted, which is The Unleashed by Daniel Vega, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I don't have the dust jacket, so I'll just spin the book around. And I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I read a young adult graphic novel by one of my favorite authors, Tilly Walden. This one is Are You Listening? And I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. And the last book that I read this year is Camp by Elsie Rawson, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know what it was about this book, but it sent me into the biggest slump that I've had in a long time. I loved it. 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 Did I mention that I loved it? So there you guys go. Those are all of the books that I read in 2020. Looking at the ratings, it seemed like a lot of the books were 4 or 5 stars, so I don't understand why I'm in such a horrible slump right now. That is interesting to me. Hopefully, I'll be able to get out of the slump soon and maybe finish 1 or 2 more books before the end of the year. Let me know down below in the comments what you read this year, and if you're in a reading slump like me, let me know. Maybe we can work through this together. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below to see more bookish videos. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!